Hey y'all, what's up? I'm Mimi, aka the Piscean Seer, and this is one of your daily collective messages. Like, and subscribe if you get anything out of this. Thank you so very much to those of you who do like, subscribe, and comment. It is always and forever going to be loved and appreciated. God, archangels, ancestors, ascended masters, cosmic guides, all beings of the highest and purest white light with the best interest of me and the collective at heart only. You are always and forever welcome into my readings. Okay, please give my wonderful, fabulous, and amazing Piscean Seer family the best and most accurate information for them at this time. Okay, so this is a Yeshua message. Okay, so of course the note is I love you. Yeshua loves you always. He's always with you. Talk to him whenever you need, okay? Here, giving you grace and love, okay? Answering you, connecting with you whenever you do reach out to him or even think about him, okay? So just know that, my love. So beautiful, Yeshua. What's going on with their energy? How do you see it? Something going on with the dogs outside, okay? We got reflection with get out of your box, okay? So I don't know. Maybe you could have like some sort of issue, like stepping into the unknown, into the mysteries of life. You could feel, you could be, I should say, in a very independent energy, really feeling like you're on your own with certain things, you know. You're very helpful, okay? You're in line for this beautiful prosperity, okay? You're definitely meant to have it all, you know, but maybe you need to tweak your views on what having it all looks like. What is all? You know what I mean? Like, what is all in your life? Like, what does having it all consist of, okay? Visualize yourself having it all and know you're not always going to be able to have it all by staying in the same box or constantly reflecting over certain things that you really can't do anything about. Yeshua was saying like now is the time for you to pounce on the things that you want, decide to take certain actions. It says let the cat out of the bag, okay? You definitely could have some envious people around you sort of focusing on you a little bit, trying to look into your life and see where they can stir things up because they feel sort of like entitled to your energy in some sort of way. This could be like certain old friends or whatever, but I think you've really just been focusing on finding your wholeness and becoming all that you are and all that you can be, but I think, I don't know, either you or somebody else could be really carrying some sort of grudges at this time or still kind of like a little bit angry, still kind of stewing at certain times in your life about things that have gone on in the past. And it's really important that you like clear that out. If you're going to, excuse me, if you're going to do some reflection, then do some very positive reflection over your life. Look at it in a way where you're looking at the things that you have accomplished and not all the ways that you have like made a mistake or where you've misstepped or where you've gone wrong to end up in the place where you're at, like the journey is beautiful and you did what you needed to do to get to this place where you are now. You're currently experiencing some beautiful energetic breakthroughs, and you're definitely divinely protected, but there could be some cords that still need cutting in your life when it comes to other people and the situations that you've been through. It says, if you've pounced on this card, you might need to give yourself time to sit back and be open to connecting the dots, getting a new perspective or vision. You may be headlong into a commitment project or activity that has you breathless. It's time to stop and reflect. Put a temporary hold on whatever it is that prevents you from spending time merely gazing into space. Life is an endless cycle of learning, yet one of the most important components, reflection, is often left hanging or completely ignored. When you take a pause from motion and media, you can begin to get your head together and return to your heart at the same time. To concentrate literally means to link things together in a chain or series, okay? It says, what is going on in your life now that you want to make sense of to see how it all hooks together? Is there a situation you are triggered by or reacting to, leaving you wondering about how best to respond instead of just reacting? Reflection is key here, both before you Okay, reflection is key here, both before you act and after, so you can evaluate whether your response achieved the desired results or not. And when you let yourself go deeper into contemplation, a still small meow may surface, calling you to a calmer, gentler place for yourself and those around you. Reflection in itself can be healing, though it's important to set aside time just okay, though it's important to set aside time for just yourself in a way and place conducive to reflection. You can expand on your own reflection in the presence of a pride that respects and honors engaging in and sharing reflections on any subject. This could be friends, family, or a work team. Such a dialogue, not debate, process can help everyone get out of their favorite cardboard box and reach for the highest and best solutions and resolutions for any challenge. Many a catastrophe has been avoided when cool heads convene, slow down, and take the time to reflect together. Every great vision, movement, or accomplishment involves careful and creative reflection. So lay back and take some time today to just reflect. And you could be like, I don't know, you could be butting heads with certain people around you. I really was hearing like business partners, friends, family members, where maybe you guys don't agree, like maybe you guys conflict. You could be like wondering like is this person right, in my life or not. And all you have to do is look at these people around you and what kind of choices they make for themselves. Do they love themselves? Do they care for themselves? And what kind of advice or opinion do they have about your life? Sometimes people are around and it seems like you guys are totally different, and it seems like maybe this person doesn't belong in my life, but really that person is meant to bring a different perspective in your life. That person has a whole nother way of looking at life, a whole nother way of operating, of doing things that has the potential to bring you out of your box and vice versa. So I think Yeshua was saying, like, when you do run into certain people, really pay attention to what they are bringing to your life and not judge them so much on, like, the differences between the two of you. What's going on with the people outside of them? We got talking, okay? It says interest, conversing more, awaited message arrives, text, call, email, hovering, okay? So I don't know. Maybe you could hover over people, you know what I mean? Or you could have someone who sort of like hovers you. Somebody's like a helicopter friend or family member or maybe even business partner or something. I think the biggest thing with the people on the outside of you is you just communicating more, communicating much more clearly. And like I'm just getting this example like me, I've made a lot of mistakes. I've done a lot of things in the past, that I really had to come back from. I really had to start like conversing and explaining and making clear to people where I was coming from. Because for so long, my throat chakra wasn't working properly. I thought I was communicating clearly and I was letting people know what I wanted or what I needed. But after I went through these, so many different transformations, now I see that I wasn't being clear at all, that I was talking, but I really wasn't ever saying anything. And so I feel like you have to give people some time to get used to you and the way that you communicate, and make sure that you're communicating very clearly at this time, and things will go a lot smoother for you. I don't necessarily feel like there's like, a really significant conflict or anything that you could be going through, but you could just be feeling like, people aren't as engaged with you as you would like them to be, or even this could be in your relationship. You could be engaged or you could be in a relationship that's headed toward engagement. And I think now is a good time to like, I mean, no matter the relationship though, now is the time to like build that partnership, to strengthen your commitment by communicating clearly what it is that you want and not being so stubborn and stuck in your box and like refusing to move on little things. Like I'm hearing, can you meet me halfway? Don't be afraid to like meet people halfway, because this brings this higher level of like completion to the union. You know what I mean? It brings it brings God into it when you communicate clearly and you communicate with that love rather than like bickering or debating. It brings more love into that situation, into that moment, and it works out a lot clearer for you. And a lot could be accomplished by the way that you express yourself and the way that you talk to people. You know, we got love at the bottom of the deck, okay, which talks about unconditional love, self love, oneness, passion, affection, and attraction, you know. All right, what else? Okay, so we got the lover. So it says great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. I don't know. Maybe you need to show, like, maybe people around you don't really feel appreciated by you, or maybe you feel really unappreciated by the people around you. But I think it's about things that maybe come from old wounds that you haven't really communicated with people. Is, you know, like it's like you're not really telling people what it is that you need or that you want, but then feeling a little bit neglected or unappreciated when they fail to show you or give you the thing that you want, you know. I think maybe sometimes you overthink things and your passion can become just a little bit obsessive, you know. And Yeshua was saying that's kind of like, it's kind of self-destructive, you know what I mean? So like, try not to get into that place, you know. I feel like, and also because you're so used to like being a rescuer of others, or always having to provide some sort of strength or support to them, you really kind of keep quiet about what you need or what you want out of a relationship, because you're so used to, like, I heard giver, you know, you're such a giver, you're so used to just like giving and giving and giving more and more of yourself, and you do these acts out of love with no expectation of like a return or a reward. But you deserve a return, you deserve a reward, and you deserve the opportunity and the right to speak up for yourself and whatever it is that you need. And he's saying, like, once you communicate what it is that you need or what you want or what you expect from certain people, and they don't, you know, they don't give you that in any type of way, or even make an effort to give you more of what it is that you need, then it's okay for you to, like, you know, separate from that person just a little bit, or to pull back a little bit. It doesn't make you a terrible person, but just make sure that you are communicating first, you know, and doing some reflection over certain people and the way that they treat you and the way that they deal with you. Because some people could be there that don't really necessarily belong there, okay? Yeah, we got detective, okay? So we want you to like get investigative about your relationships that you are in, you know. You have been blessed with these beautiful, great powers of observation and intuition. And it's like just your little wanting, like just your tiny little feeling of wanting to seek out the truth, or to really see what it is with this relationship, and is this relationship right for me, is enough reflection for you to get the real truth of anybody who may be falsifying information, or who may be around, you know, just to watch you, or just to benefit from what it is that you offer or that you carry, you know. But it all starts with this place of unconditional love and communication that you meet others with. And it brings so much clarity to you, baby, okay? What else? Okay, so we got the Queen, which talks about radiating this regal feminine type of energy. You could be like, you know, a little bit rough, you know, you could be more in your masculine energy at times when it does come to like talking about your feelings or expressing yourself. Not to say that, you know, our beautiful divine masculines are incapable of expressing themselves or whatever, but you know, for some of them, it really takes a while, and they really hold in a lot of things because of the things that they've been through as a child, or the way that they've been brought up or taught, you know, how to express themselves. And I feel like that could have been a really big issue for you for a while. And this could even still be something that you're currently healing and working on, you know. So Yeshua was saying, you know, you're doing great. Just try to lead with that feminine energy, with that compassion, with that love, and don't go into it so rough and so closed off, and so shielded, and feeling like, you know, I don't deserve a rescue, or I don't deserve that love back. Like, you have to really communicate what it is that you want and what you don't want, and what you're willing to like deal with from other people, or they'll just walk all over you, okay? We got healer. You're beautiful though. You're an amazing healer, okay? You could have this amazing passion to reserve to okay, so more of this passion to serve others, you know. It says by repairing the body, mind, and spirit, the ability to help transform pain into healing, you know. And I love that because I feel like this is what, you know, this rescuer energy has evolved to. Like you have stepped into this healer energy, but I think still in certain places you're not like clearly communicating what it is that you need, you know. Like just because you're a healer, just because you're a rescuer doesn't mean, you know, you have to just take on a whole bunch of stuff that you know you can't handle or that you know isn't good for you just because you don't want to look mean or because you don't want to look like, you know, you don't want to help. Yes, you were saying you do plenty. You're amazing, okay? So reflect over how amazing you are and also don't be afraid to take chances and really do, you know. And it's like if you're going to communicate what it is that you need, then you have to also be open and be able to reciprocate whatever it is that the other people you're in a situation with need in that moment, you know. So if you are having issues with someone outside of you, he's just saying it would be very smart to establish some sort of clear line of communication with that person, especially if it's someone that you have to be around, you know, like if you're in a relationship or if, you know, this is someone that you've invested into some sort of business or something with, you know, clear that line of communication, you know, express your love, your appreciation for that person or the people around you, you know, and really let them know where you're coming from, you know, even if y'all just chilling and you finally get that time where it's just, you know, really explain to them what you're on, you know, tell them, you know, hey, I've been doing a lot of reflection, you know, and I'm really trying to advance. I'm really trying to come out of my box, you know. I really still want to do this and I want to do that and I want, you know what I mean? And then follow through with the actions, and people are going to feel what you said because they see the things that you're doing in order to make that happen in your life, you know. I feel like you could also be attracting more soul family, more people who like love and relate to you, and talking is going to be the most important thing. I feel like you came from a lot of like relationships and situations where there wasn't much talking, just a whole lot of like feeling other people's feelings and its assumptions, you know. So just try to like steer clear of that right now, especially when it comes to like new people coming in or relationships that you already have established, you know. Don't walk away, you know, feeling some type of way or having something on your mind or on your chest, because that creates barriers and blockages in relationships where they're unnecessary, is what he's saying. Okay. We got the order of Melchizedek, which talks about being embraced by light. Okay. It says mission uncovered, don't give up. I feel like you could be someone who knows what your divine purpose, what your divine mission is, you know. You could even feel like a little bit overwhelmed by that at this time, but I think you're doing such a great job, you know. And you could have just like a lot of things on your mind. You could be a little bit too busy, is what I'm hearing. Too busy. When you say, I said I ain't got time to die, I'm too busy. Um, I don't know. I know the rest of the words, but they're not important. Okay, we got Orion activation. Okay, which talks about this supernova energy, like you're shining like this super bright star, you know. And it's like maybe you need a little bit more time for recreation, you know, when you're having fun with certain people, when you're light and you're open and you're free, you can express yourself freely. It's like this constant energy of renewal, you know, that we don't really recognize that we get from other people, you know, because you can ask a lot of people and they'll be like, no, I don't really need other people, I'm fine just, you know, all by myself. But the truth of the matter is we're hardwired to want people around that we love, that we can talk to clearly, that we can express ourselves. And a lot of times it is our own fear or our own hangups or our own worries or our own way that we feel after reflecting upon the situation, but never communicating with the other person about the situation. So we never get that clarity or that closure, you know? So he's saying like, just, you know, skip that step altogether where you reflect on it, and you know, after you reflect, then communicate what you have reflected and get some clarity with that person so you can know where you stand and where they stand. And it's like nobody's holding a grudge because everything is clear and everything's being sorted out the way that it should be sorted out, you know. What's detective and queen? We got Earth Star activation, anchoring grounded action in Isis energy, and Isis energy is that energy of unconditional love. But also, this is the kind of actions he's saying that you take in your relationship when you're coming from a grounded place, when you truly are anchored in that Christ light energy, or that love of God, that I am presence type of energy. You communicate clearly, and there's never any need for yelling or any back and forth, and you even are able to agree to disagree with certain people and still have a very healthy and beautiful relationship going, because you took the grounded actions and you operated from that place of love. So that's all he's saying. Like, it could be important. You could not be engaged. You could be about to get engaged. And this is just a little tip or a trick going into this new relationship. It's going to be different for everybody, but I think the advice is still the same no matter the relationship. Make sure you're taking grounded actions and reflecting on things in a positive manner from a higher perspective. What's Queen and Healer? We got Hathor light codes, okay? It talks about light immersion, okay, a full system upgrade and a power recall. And it just gives me this energy of like, when you have arguments or when you get into disagreements with other people, or even when you're stewing or overthinking or over reflecting over what that person said simply because you're not talking to them about what they said, it can take away your power a little bit. But when you operate with people from this place, when you communicate with people like this, you never lose your power in any situation. In fact, it works the opposite way, and you guys completely empower each other by respecting each other's boundaries and having a nice, clear conversation from a place of love. Yeah, we got the Akashic records. So also, it gives me this energy of like, maybe you did have a disagreement with some sort of friend or some sort of person, and Yeshua was asking you to like really reflect over and clear these old stories that you have had with this person in the past. I feel like this could definitely be someone who has your best interest at heart, and you could still be like holding certain things against them or holding things over their head, or they could be doing the same thing kind of with you, because there are certain things that you guys never talked about, that you guys never reflected upon, just things that you wanted to let go because you didn't want to argue or you didn't want to cause issues, but that just builds up within you and causes an issue anyway, and it's something that kind of never goes away, if you think about it. So just make sure that you don't have those kinds of things between you and the people that you love the most, between you and the people that you feel you want to hold on to for the rest of your life, because those kinds of things can cause a big rift in between you. What's the Order of Melchizedek and Orion activation? We got the King of Stars, okay, or the King of Pentacles. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn could be highly significant, but the King of Pentacles just gives me more of this energy of you holding on to your wealth through the energies of reflection and communication. Like I said, you not giving away your power, you standing firm and receiving all of the blessings from the divine for really like taking time to yourself and getting everything straight, and then bringing that you got while you were in yourself, while you were in reflection, while you were communing with the divine, and taking it out into your relationships. Big rewards come from that. It's such a beautiful thing, okay? And it's something that you are very, very good at, very good when it comes to transmuting certain energies and things like that. And also, like, I think sometimes it's kind of difficult for you because you could be highly empathic. So like you can tell when a person doesn't want to talk. You can tell when a person is hiding something, or you can tell when a person is like withholding certain information or certain things in that moment. Like I could tell you definitely from experience that like being psychic gets in the way sometimes. Because it's like, in the past, before I really realized what was going on with me, I realized like I could have been driving the people that I was with kind of crazy sometimes, because it's like I always knew everything that was going on. Maybe I was just driving them crazy because they were scandalous and they was on some scandalous stuff, but like they always acted like they couldn't stand me, but it was only because I knew certain truths and because I was really open and willing to communicate, even though, I wasn't the best at it. That's always something that I know about myself, is that I've always been open to that communication, but I was kind of dealing with people who really didn't want to communicate with me. And so after a while, I just shut down that part of me, and I felt like it was because I was always trying to talk about my feelings, always trying to communicate with people that I was doing something wrong. And I think Yeshua was saying, like, no, 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 that's the best thing about you, that you are intuitive, that you can feel into other people's feelings and really come to a real resolution in the situations that you're in. And so if you are running into people who make you feel like that's not the best part of you, and that's not something that's very amazing about you, then those just probably aren't the people for you, with the Three of Swords and the Emperor and the Six of Wands. It's like you're a very stable energy, and I feel like a lot of people have broken your heart with that kind of treatment in the past, treating you like your vulnerability or the unconditional love that you were meeting them with was the wrong thing that for you to be coming with. And what's wrong with you always trying to talk about something and always trying to level with me? And what's wrong with you with these responsible reflections that you're making over this situation? You know what I mean? But it just really wasn't you. So I think that's something Yeshua really doesn't want you to like turn off or shut down or like force down within you, because the person or people who are right for you are always going to want to openly recognize whatever's going wrong with you, because they want everything to go smooth with you. They want you guys' relationship to remain a stable thing, okay? Yeah, with the Seven of Stars or the Seven of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. I feel like you're stepping into like a really lucky time when it comes to the people that you're attracting. You're not attracting these very sneaky liar type of energies to yourself anymore. Those were just sneaky liars of the past who gave you these messages that you were just like overly sensitive or whatever. I think you're really great, babes. So get back to that, because I feel like that's something that you've pulled away from, and that's why I think he's asking you to do the reflection, because now you're reflecting from this healer energy and not from this rescuer energy. So it's going to bring another level of clarity to you and the situations that you've been through. I think there's definitely like some light to pull from the things that you've been through. And don't feel like, you have to stay in that very same box in order to like call in new people. Like it's okay to step out of your comfort zone and to still be that beautiful, soft type of energy that you have always been, but that people kind of like shitted on you in the past for being. What's the King of Stars and the Hermit? We got soul family, okay? That's what I was saying. Beautiful new people coming into your life, and even maybe a couple of happy reunions with some other people who took the time to separate from you and take time to themselves to grow. And there might come a situation or a time where you have to have talks with these people and have to work certain things out with these people in order for these reunions that you're making to stick. But it also requires you reflecting over the past and releasing those things and that version of what you saw that person to be, just like you want people to do when they see you. But also follow your discernment and your intuition always, and you really do know if the people are if people are on the same thing or not. Okay, excuse me. So we got light body. Okay, your light body is very strong. Okay, and I think that your independence has brought you a lot of comfort recently. Like I don't think you're really in this in friend mode, but I think like now's the time where you're attracting a lot of people. So you're gonna have to like open up a little bit more, be a little bit more compassionate, and get ready for the new people that are coming into your life, because they're coming. Okay, and shake any insecurities or anything that you may have about yourself with this cosmic gateway, because you really are a master when it comes to connecting with others, and you really are great when it comes to helping others to refocus on what's important in their life. But I feel like God is sending you people who are going to help you refocus and to, like, boost you up on any insecurities that you may have or whatever. You're attracting these very same types of energies, these rescuer, healer type of energies, who want to give you a lot of unconditional love, but you have to be open to that energy. But these are the light energies that you have been seeking, okay? We got well-being and celestial channel. You could be attracting people who are just as gifted as you, who are like these like hidden beauties, these like diamonds, that you really didn't see before. So please just be very open to it and make sure you communicate clearly. I feel like those are like the overall messages here. And to reflect positively from a healed place, not from a place where you're putting yourself back in those old emotions that happened in that situation and stewing about it all over again. You're going through some sort of ascension at this time, baby. It's beautiful. And now you're stepping into the spiritual work of the higher initiate, a higher level of like forgiving and communing with people, stepping deeper into that energy of oneness. What's the final thought? The final thought on this. Okay, so we got the pyramid of light. It says step your vibration deeper into love. Okay, so perfect. Because I just said stepping deeper into that energy of oneness. I feel like whatever sacred practices it is that you have crafted between you and the divine, they're beautiful. They work very well for you. Okay, so keep doing what it is that you've been doing to like keep your energy clear and to like grow. And just don't hold yourself back or like be doubting yourself too much at this time, because you're really in a great place. Like, you really don't have any reason to be insecure, baby, because you're great. It's not you, okay? Because I just feel like a lot of people separate from you because you're almost too great, okay? Like, you're really good. You're really good, and they can feel it, like inside and out. Like, you might just be like so freaking beautiful and amazing within, but also you're very attractive. You're like cute. And so I think sometimes it confuses people, especially people who have been wounded in the past, because they look at you and they're just like, oh no, just you presenting like you're so beautiful within and without seems like a problem to them. Like, they might read it as inauthentic. But that's just because they're not in the place that you're at. And that's why you're attracting people who are in the place where you're at, because they're going to know it's authentic. They're not going to shy away from it from a place of pain or fear. And that's why your communication is going to be very important. So it says, as a being growing in significant light, darker energies can become more attracted to you. There is nothing to fear and only more mastery and awareness of the power and protection of divine love to experience. Here is guidance on the skills you have within you now to deal with any undesired interference. The pyramid of light confirms that energies have been causing interference with your path, and it is time now to end that interference with love and compassion. It says, this oracle brings you confirmation that you are growing spiritually, and as such, there are higher levels of responsibility and skill required of you to continue to thrive and blossom to even deeper places of spiritual expansion. These new levels will feel joyful to you as they bring you to greater personal mastery and freedom from fear. Sometimes, when you are growing your light, darker energies become more interested in you. There is nothing to be afraid of because no energy can interfere with you without your permission. And if you have unconsciously given permission by action or deed in this or other lifetimes, you have the free will to withdraw that permission from a place of peace and love within you right now. The key to handling any energy effectively, even that energy which you no longer wish to have connected to your energy field, is to have compassion and respect in your heart, combined with a firm boundary and an understanding of the principles of psychic protection. There are practices which are easy and helpful for you to use to nurture your light and make it easier to go into that place of inner peace and love on a daily basis. And that help to protect and nourish the energy of your home and workplace too. One such practice recommended for you now is the pyramid of light. This can be added to any other spiritual or inner work practice and yet will also stand on its own. It can be used by a person, a physical space such as a home or workplace or venue for a special occasion or even placed around a project. But really, I don't feel like that's um, the important part. I think now it's very important to practice psychic protection, to stay tapped into that energy, that Christ love light type of energy, baby. Okay, that's the most important thing to you and to your situations and to the way that you're walking in life. So just keep that up. Keep meditating. Like I said, whatever sacred practices you're practicing at this time is very beautiful. You are like rising like a sun at this time. You are this beautiful divine solar child that has been reborn. And so you have to be very careful when it comes to your self preservation and to the job that you have to do in service to spirit. Because, like it said, you can attract darker energies. And as long as you're communicating clearly and being open and being loving, those darker energies are going to shy away from you because they are afraid of that type of energy. They don't really understand it. And it kind of irritates, those energies that they need to heal within them. So don't worry also about anybody having the power to like affect you or affect your energy. They can't unless you let them. And the only way they can really get in, I feel at this point, is with if you're reflecting from a negative place, if you're stewing, if you're holding on to the grudge and like participating in little petty shit or whatever. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cuss, but that's what I'm getting. Okay. So with that, my love, I am done. I hope you guys have a happy, fabulous, wonderful, and amazing day, that you got something that you need out of this. And I will see you later. Bye.